Hey folks, Pastor Jim Thomas from the Village Chapel here in Nashville, Tennessee with your daily devotional. Reading once again from Piercing Heaven, the Prayers of the Puritans, a collection of written prayers by some folks that are quite passionate, and I love the way they're described here in the introduction. Far from being haunted by the fear that someone somewhere might be happy, the Puritans knew where true and lasting pleasure was to be found. And so I'll read today from a fellow named David Clarkson, 17th century English Puritan. We don't really know much about this fellow. All we really know is that he assisted John Owen, one of the more well-known of the English Puritans, and he assisted him in Leadenhall Street in London. And then after Owen died, Clarkson continued on to preach in that pulpit. But here is one of Clarkson's prayers. There's a 3-volume set of his works that does exist, if you can find a copy of it. It's called Clarkson's Practical Works. And this prayer here goes like this: a cry for renewing grace. And just see if this isn't perhaps the cry of your heart, as it is of mine this morning. We cry to you, God, for renewing grace. We lie at your footstool and cry, help, Lord, or else I perish. Just a word about the title and just a word about this idea of renewing grace. How many times for you and how many times for me has it happened, especially those of us who've walked with the Lord for a long time? And I walked forward at a church in Compton, California when I was 5 years old. So it's 60-some years now that I've been following Jesus. And it's very easy for someone who has been in church all of their life and raised in Sunday school and, heard preacher after preacher and Bible study after Bible study, read devotional after devotional, and done 350 of these daily devotionals. Very easy for anyone, really, any one of us, to become stale and for this to sort of drift into a stagnation. And so I love the title, A Cry for Renewing Grace. I personally long for that. So I'm going to start over. I'll just read that first line again, and I hope maybe that'll just help you lean into this a little bit more yourself. All right, from David Clarkson. We cry to you, God, for renewing grace. We lie at your footstool and cry, help, Lord, or else I perish. Create in me a new heart and renew a right spirit within me. Renew me in the spirit of my mind and renew me in my inner soul. Take away this old mind that is blind, so vain, so carnal. Take away this old will that is so obstinate, so perverse, so rebellious. Take away this old conscience that is so partial, so seared, and so senseless. Take away this old heart that will never delight in, comply with, or submit to you. Let old things pass away. Let all things become new. You who brought this world out of nothing with a word can, with a word, work in me this new creation. Do not let me perish. Say the word, and it will be done. Just say the word, and this soul, now a dark, woeful chaos, a lump of corruption and confusion, will become a new creature. Lord, give me this new heart. Put this new spirit into me. You have the key of David. You close and no one opens. You open and no one can shut. Lord, open this heart that has been too long closed against you. Break down these strongholds that keep you from me. Cast out sin and cast out the world that kept you out of possession for so long. Bind the strong man and cast him out. Other lords have had dominion over me. They have made me miserable by keeping my Lord, my happiness, from me. Cast out these intruders. Take possession of me and be mine forever. You call for my heart, Lord. It is yours. Though I've dealt treacherously with you and given my heart to other things, it is yours now. It cost you dearly, so enter. Take possession of my heart. You knock at the door to this wretched heart. Why stay so long outside? Come in and bless me with your presence. Break it open with almighty power and let it no longer shut you out. Amen and amen. Yeah. Highly recommend you grab a copy of Piercing Heaven, Prayers of the Puritans. I know a bunch of you have already told me you've bought this since I started reading from it, but this one today from David Clarkson, A Cry for Renewing Grace. And I pray that it is yours this day. Amen. Amen.
Thank you for listening to Daily Devotions with Pastor Jim Thomas. A quick reminder, beginning May 1st, we are taking a seasonal break from producing new devotional episodes. We plan to return with new resources in the fall. In the meantime, follow us on our YouTube channel for weekly curated devotionals from past episodes. The link will be provided in this episode's description, youtube.com/thevillagechapel, one word. Our prayer is that the Lord has used this resource to give you a greater love and hunger for God and His Word. This podcast is a resource of the Village Chapel in Nashville, Tennessee. If you find this daily devotional beneficial, leave a review and share it with friends and family. For more resources or to support the ministry of TVC, visit our website, thevillagechapel.com. Artwork for this podcast by Kim Thomas, music by Phil Keggy.